Please stand for the prayer.
Father in heaven, bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so that we will work for the good of our community. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Thy will be done. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to call this Hancock County Commission to order. This 19th day of February 2015. Please turn off all cellular devices, including myself. Before we have presentations and hear any callers, I'd like to welcome back Mr. Vitus, out of action with an old football injury. So welcome back, Robert.
Thank you, sir.
Page didn't change the font I see on this, so I'll have to hold it a little bit. Citizens presentation, item 1. Joy Reese, Administrator, Northern Panhandle Home Consortium, reporting and obtaining comments pertaining to the first-time buyers program. Joyce, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much for allowing us to come today and talk to everybody. Hello, I'm Joy Reese, and as you can see, I'm not afraid to talk. Would you pass this around? One of the items I need to do is have everybody sign so I can prove that I was actually here and you all was present. If you have any comments, please put it on that sheet of paper for me. All right? And here's my notes. Change Incorporated, can everybody hear me? Is the lead agency for the Northern Panhandle Home Consortium, which receives an annual grant from the U.S. Department of HUD, Housing and Urban Development. Brooke County, participates in the consortium along with Ohio County, Marshall County, Hancock County, and the cities of Wheeling and Weirton. The purpose of the grant is to provide affordable housing to low and moderate income households. For the fiscal year 2015, they still do not know the amount of the grant, so we will utilize 2014 numbers, which in 2014 was $265,213. Of that, Hancock County's share was $59,928.89. Hancock County's home funds are typically used for first-time homebuyer program, which provides down payment and closing cost assistance to income-eligible first-time homebuyers who are purchasing a house in Hancock County. Each year, each jurisdiction is required to hold a public meeting to solicit public comments, which is why I'm passing around this sheet, regarding how the upcoming fiscal year's home funds should be expended. Any questions? Oh, come on, that wasn't it.
There is a cap on that,
Yes, there is a cap.
which is $10,000.
It's up to $10,000. $2,500 will go to closing costs. The remainder would go to the down payment assistance. What this does, it provides stability for the communities by ensuring that individuals buy here, stay here, pay taxes here, and they will not be released from this lien for 60 months or 5 years. So that's a 5-year income tax base and community stability for individuals to actually buy one of these homes and purchase the homes and stay in our communities.
So we have enough for almost 6 buyers.
Almost, yeah, 59,005. If there's a little less, depending on the amount, there's a percentage, we might have 6, and we can always access funds from the home consortium itself. If it's a couple $100s, we can always ask.
And this is a true first-time buyer.
Yes, you
can't have a house in Myrtle.
Right.
Okay.
And if you're a blended family, if you're going for the loan, you can only use your income. If your spouse was married and had a house previously, cannot utilize their income demographics. Anything else?
Is the income based?
I actually passed around the sheets for it's the low to moderate 80% of the income for HUD guidelines. I do have it. It's being passed around so you can look. They change every year. I'm sorry. Anything else?
Yeah,
Any other questions?
I'm surprised that more people don't take advantage of this, because
Tell
it
me
seems
about
like every year that you come or a representative comes, there's always money in the pot.
Yes.
You would think that that would be scarfed up right away. So, do we have? I think last year I asked the same question. Do we have a phone number? Mr. Smith will put it on the tape today, so when this is shown,
It's all with you. I also provided brochures of all the different areas. I also provided the income guidelines and the program requirements so that everybody has those details in their fingertips. They're also available online going to our Change Incorporated website. Under housing, you can pull the checklist, you can pull all that data and information also.
Is there a class to attend?
Yes, for housing counseling, and we do have a list for 2014, and there's 14 scheduled all the way from Wetzel County all the way up here. The one public library up here in Chester, I'm holding 2 classes in the summer. So I'm trying to reach the whole catchment area, make sure there's no conflict. We've also initiated an online course. If individuals just so rural or they can't get out of their house, they can go online. We partner with eHome America. Very good course. For a fee, they can actually take the course online too. So we're trying to reach as many people as possible, knock down any barriers, that I can even foresee. I'll even do one-on-one counseling, and I'll also do phone counseling if needed, through emails and mailing, back and forth. Anything else?
thank you.
All right. Thank you for
Appreciate it.
having me.
Citizens presentation B, 1B, Mark Nabenshu, Executive Director, Hancock County Senior Services Center, presenting the center's annual report. Mr. Nabenshu, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Source-Miller. I'm not nearly as upbeat as home people, so being that we deal with seniors, John Paul. Anyway, he's one of my clients now.
Is this open night or what here?
He's one of my clients. Anyway, this is an annual trek for me to come and present our annual report to the county commissioners. Mr. Barnaby, this is my first time presenting to you as commissioner, and I hope you enjoy what we have to say. I honestly believe that Hancock County Senior Services has grown into one of the finest senior service agencies in the state of West Virginia. We offer a multitude of services, home and community-based, where we offer 6 different programs. All right, some of them funded by upfront licensing fees for the table games. So that has a direct impact on Hancock County. We offer a transportation service that's been expanded. Currently, we're the only transportation provider in the county that's approved to offer non-emergency medical transportations through West Virginia Medicaid, DHHR. That is changing. I hear Weird Transit has made application for that same approval through NEMT. We are growing. Just in case you weren't aware of the fact, 63.5% of Hancock County's total population is age 55 and above. Our median age in this county is 45.7 years of age, 3rd highest in the state of West Virginia, which has the 2nd highest median age in the entire nation. So it's safe to deduce that we're one of the oldest counties in the nation. And there's no signs of that changing. I myself became my own client last November. We try to keep young board members out there to keep us all thinking in a younger frame of mind, such as Mr. Lucas here, but anyway, Mike's actually been with us since he was a teenager, about 10 years ago. And anyway, but we're trying to do it right. We submit to an annual audit. The board of directors, and many of them, Jane Hilton currently is our board chair. Helen Tate's our vice chair. Marge Six is still on our board. Lucy McKittrick, Ray Ewing. We've got 12 board members now, and I knew I shouldn't have started naming them. But they're an outstanding group of individuals that are truly committed to the seniors of Hancock County. We're offering a wide array of fitness and health education courses. We're currently serving as a pilot for the West Virginia Bureau of Senior Services on 2 separate programs designed to educate our seniors on subjects relative to chronic disease, self-management, diabetes, heart disease, other things. We have an Alzheimer's program. Hancock County right now has over 1,000 individuals with a diagnosis of dementia. That's, to me, is just staggering. But yet, that continues to grow. We have an Alzheimer's in-home respite program that provides up to 16 hours per week of respite services, not for the one with the diagnosis, but for their family members, so that they can get a break and go shopping or go upstairs and lie down and take a nap and catch up. Many of these services that we offer are offered free of charge or for a minimal cost. And please, if you know of a senior, and a senior in West Virginia is defined as anyone age 60 and above, John Paul. Yeah, Mike's in there. Jeff's not yet. But anyway, give us a call. Sheriff's not there yet. But please give us a call. We're there to help. Again, we're there Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come tour the facility. We've got lunch available every day from 11 to 1. We provide that, soup, salad, desserts, beverage, $4. Joe will even give you a discount if you, or Bob will even give you a discount if you come out, okay? We're trying. The Bureau of Senior Services is telling us all the time, do more with less, which we're doing. But I'm very pleased to say that the Board of Directors and myself and the staff have worked hard in the last 5 to 10 years to develop what I refer to as sustainable sources of revenue. Things that are outside the state and federal and dollars that we get. We sell at a wholesale cost because of a partnership with Meals on Wheels of America and Abbott Laboratories, insured dietary supplement products. And I guarantee you we'll save at least $10 a case over what you can get it for at Walmart. That's provided a wonderful source of revenue. We are approved through L1 Morpho Trust as an electronic fingerprinting site here in Hancock County. Used to be the closest one was in Moundsville. Now call us, and we can do both state and national fingerprint background checks. And I've got 3 staff members that are trained to do that, and that's available Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at the center on Gas Valley Road. Do come see us. I think we're doing it right. I tell the staff and the board all the time, if we can't do it right, we're not going to do it. And that's where we are. So I'll leave these with Mr. Lucas, and he'll make sure that you each get a copy. Mike's already read it and signed off on it and passed his test on it. So anyway, thank you. Any questions?
Thank you.
No? Okay. Great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're leaving?
Yes.
Well, I was going to make a comment. We're
All right.
within the spectrum here
I guess I
because
should have said questions or comments.
Joy's up there and she's trying to, promote this first-time home buyers, and you're telling the median age in Hancock County is 47 and 62% are over 60 and everything. That probably tells you why we can't fill all that money.
Exactly.
It's a sad situation here.
But if we did get some youngsters in under the age of 60, then, of course, that would add a little bit more stability, bring your numbers down a little bit.
But I don't want my numbers to be
No, you don't. Opposites, aren't they?
I told her earlier I have the most secure position in Hancock County. Right, Mike?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Mark does an excellent job.
Anyway, but yeah, you're exactly right, Mr. Barnaby. It's the young people aren't here to take advantage of programs like this. And
The old people are taking advantage of yours.
Exactly. And I it's my hope and prayer that they continue to do that, and that we're able to do that at an acceptable level and deliver services in a manner that treat our seniors and our elderly, who honestly made this county what it is, with the dignity and the respect that they deserve. And we're doing well. We've got, and I've got statistics all through my head. That's what I do. We've got the second highest percentage of 90-year-old widows living alone of any county in West Virginia, because they came with their husbands who got jobs at the mill. Their husbands have passed, and they're still here, and they touch my heart. and they're a great portion of our society.
Thank you, sir. Keep up the good work. You do a good job.
Thank you. And Mr. Barnaby, come see us.
Okay.
All right?
Check out the sidewalk. All right. Anyone else present would like to address the commission today? No one? John? New business, County Commission. Approval of release of trust deed for the following individual as a 5-year lien has lapsed. Melissa Fisher.
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Approval of resolution to enter into a contractual agreement with the Community Participation Grant Program on behalf of Piece by Piece, Inc. for renovation and purchase of supplies and equipment in the amount of $4,000. This is a pass-through grant in the Crazy About Sports building on Ware Avenue. And again, it's simply we are the administrators of that $4,000 grant. That's what this would be.
So moved.
Any discussion, further discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 3, approval of budget revision number 3 for fiscal year 14-15. Karen?
We have a copy of that.
Pardon? Is this is the latest one you handed us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want to give us a nutshell version?
Nutshell version is we basically had a large federal grant that reimbursed us twice accidentally, so we didn't need to refund that. In addition, the smaller numbers are more the changes from December and January, just to fix those accounts.
Move to approve the revision as presented.
Motion in front of you. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Approval of internal budget revisions, FY 14-15.
Those are just the interline corrections.
Nothing outstanding?
No.
Nothing of concern?
No, sir.
Move to approve as presented.
Motion in front of you. Debate? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Miscellaneous, Roman number 4, approval of exoneration orders.
So moved.
The move to approve, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. General county bills?
General County has $48,243.08. P card payments were $58,410.60.
P card.
Yes, sir.
I think I messed up a couple weeks ago when I made a comment on that. That you split them into two, right? And I thought we were getting a very low percentage rate of P cards, which really were not.
No, it was, you have your general county, which is everything that's paid for general county, and then your P cards are your payments for any accounts.
And we get a small percentage reimbursement
Yes.
for using the P card. That's what we questioned that.
Yes, sir.
And that's up
1.1.
close to, for the year
We're at about $571,000 for the year.
so far. So
That we've used
it'll
the P
approach $1
card.
million. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
My mistake.
And our reimbursement, our percentage that we get back on that is around 11 or 12,000 for the year to date.
And as we increase, after we get above 500,000, then we go up to 1.2% that we get reimbursed. So the more we use it, the more
Right.
we get.
Cashback points.
Toward that end, the
bills that we will be paying for the new 911 and OEM center are all going on P-card. Should be about $3.6 million.
Wonderful program. We just got to make sure we're
At 1.7%.
taking advantage of it.
Is that word?
Cashback.
Kickback. Okay.
Frequent flyers or whatever. Is there a motion to accept? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of animal shelter levy funds, bills, and requisitions.
They're okay to pay?
Keep that one out.
Move to approve.
Questions, comments? I have a question. They've been coming in on a timely manner.
Yes, sir.
Any other comments, gentlemen? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Fire allocation bills and requisitions.
They're okay to pay?
Move to approve.
Discussion. Vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Library levy fund bills and requisitions.
They're okay.
So moved. To pay.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Shelter workshop. We're paying a lot today. Shelter workshop.
They're okay as well.
So moved.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Elected official comments or related courthouse personnel. That would include Mr. Lucas and that if he wants to talk.
Very briefly, just comment on Mr. Navenshoe. Mark and his staff do an excellent job at the Senior Center. And I actually hadn't realized, I've been out on the board of directors there for 10 years, I guess this year it will be. Very forward-thinking, creative, with a lot of vision. They make it very easy to serve as on the board of directors out there because they do such an excellent job. And I hope that we have him and the rest of that staff for as long as we can have them. So I just want to say he does do, it is an excellent facility, and I agree with him. I think we do have the best facility in the state for senior services, and I hope people just look into what may be available to them there, and but Mark and his staff just do, I can't say enough about them, what a great job they do.
Good. Thank you for those comments.
You're welcome.
Sheriff?
I have nothing to bring you unless you have some questions for me in my office.
You're doing a wonderful job as well, Sheriff.
Thank you for responding to our situation up in Norwood.
I was serious.
Handles on the matter there. Did a nice job.
Referring to one we talked about earlier, yeah, just still having meetings on that and look forward to speaking with some other companies that may lend themselves to the problem or the correction of the problem.
Actually, I did receive a few calls from the northern end of the county, and the sheriff was brought up and said you jumped right on it and called him back, and actually you even visited one of the households to address the concerns. So, thank you.
The issue at hand here was basically just some fast driving through a rural
complaint.
town, and people had concerns, and Mr. Fletcher took the bull by the horns and handled it for us.
We have a whole bunch in the back today. Anything out of 911?
I just wanted to point out when at the Warren Commission meeting where we had mentioned the fire bills from the different fire stations, at the last Firefighters Association meeting, I did mention to them that to make sure that they did turn their bills in a timely manner to try to avoid any type of overpays or anything like that. So that was brought to their attention at the monthly meeting.
Good,
But
thanks.
other than that, please don't call 911 for the road situations.
How's that been going?
Actually, it's been okay. So it's been good. So I appreciate that it got out there definitely took off more than what I anticipated. I had News 9 call, and we were able to talk to them, and they ran a little snippet for us as well. So I appreciate that. So thank you, Steve. That's all.
There it is, Steve. Anyone else? Mr. Jones?
Yes. We started in December. FEMA people will be in our county for our medical services drill on March the 12th. With Riordan Med Center and first responders, we're using the New Cumberland ambulance this year. We rotate around, so it's their turn. But just so you're aware of that, March the 12th, FEMA people will be back here to give us another go-around, as they say.
Thank you, sir. The health department is hiding in the corner.
I don't believe I have anything to say today. I've said enough this year.
So the paper has said. Mr. Alonji, Toaster Alonji, nothing today, sir? Circuit Clerk's office? Brenda? Nothing. 4-H Extension Office? Carol?
Happy to let you know that our grant has been approved again for 2 sites of Energy Express, one at Weir Middle, one at Oakland Middle. The Board of Education signed off on that, and as well as the state. So I'm really excited. We're going to be bringing that back again this year. Other things, we had our annual county roundup on Monday, which is a public speaking competition for our 4-Hers. We had as young as 6 and as old as 18 come in and do public speaking and demonstrations for us. So trying to encourage those skills now. So as they get older, public speaking hopefully won't be quite so scary as it was when I was a kid in high school. I did not like those classes. So we're hoping to start them out young. And they did a tremendous job, anything from guard dogs to ballet to one girl played her trumpet. So it was really had quite a variety of projects this year. Baseball and rabbits and all kinds of cute rabbits that you could just come over and snuggle if you want to. So we had a really good time with the kids. They did an absolutely fabulous job. So camp planning is underway, but the big news for this week is Energy Express is back.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. V, anything?
No, sir. Not today.
Mr. Foley?
Yes, me first. Get some notes here.
You go first.
Got a group of representatives from the Rover Pipeline in here this morning. It was led by Dave Testa. And it was a very people-friendly group. Of course they are. They want to do business here, and they're about ready to proceed installing 5.25 miles of pipeline through Hancock County. Based on some pictures we've seen, the best that I could say is it looks like it's on the far end of Hudson Hill, where it meets Lick Run, if we're guessing correctly, and extends across the hillside and will come out north of Valentin Road, south of the entrance to New Cumberland. Their groundwork seems to be laid. They've met with most of the residents and property owners that they have to go through. They've met little resistance, so it's a positive thing for the county. They asked if there was anything that we can do, and we asked them to meet with John Paul Jones, Director of Emergency Management Services, to go over different things that we have, and they actually have already done that correctly. Yes. And if anything's needed, a go-to guy for that. He took them over the school officials, and fortunately they weren't in yet, about transportation on the county roads, the narrow roads, the busing roads, possibly leaving time open not to travel with trucks during school hours. We asked them for a town meeting, hopefully to be held at the Career Center, to clear up any errors that you guys might have, residents might have, landowners might have. They're more than willing to do that. And they said that they would rather do it closer to the time that the project was going to start. Am I right? But you had asked them to try to be a little bit ahead of that schedule. And we asked them to consider local qualified personnel. And we realize there's some massive training in welding pipelines. But we just asked them to consider that. And there is money to be had from this. We kicked around a little bit of number, but I don't want to say anything because we're not exactly sure where that's going to lead to. But this could be a little bit of another beginning for Hancock County. I'm sure that once that line is through, if there's some active gas, it can be connected to that line and proceed through. Basically, all it's doing is coming from Burgettstown through Hancock County, through Jefferson, and out to a line in a little bit above Harrison County. I think right at the Harrison County, Carroll County border, and that line runs north and south. So it's a big project, and they assured us of safety. They've got, oh my gosh, so much technology that assures the wall thickness of the pipe, the welds, and everything. They're on top of it, and I think we're going to be okay. And the town meeting, hopefully they'll be here to explain anything that anybody were to have. So if you can get that in the paper, it'd be nice. Okay.
I didn't think about this when we talked earlier, but if they're looking for things we can do for them, we should probably have them contact our mapping, because we do have elevation lines that most places don't have. They probably don't anticipate that we have the contours that we have, and it's always good and useful in excavation. So if you want to give me their contact information or have them call me, they're probably unaware that we have that kind of stuff here. Okay. For such a big project, it might come pretty handy for them.
Thanks, Joe.
Sir?
Yes, we have a couple folks with us today from Leadership Weirton. We have Mike and Hannah in the back. Welcome. We were able to spend a little time together last week in Charleston. They were on their government trip and got to tour the Capitol. If either one of you or both would like to mention anything about Leadership Weirton, feel free to step up to the mic and do so. If you'd like.
Or you can pass.
Or you can pass, right?
Mike doesn't pass.
Maybe about how many participants that you have in your group and so on, Mike.
Yes, sir. We have 17 people participating in Leadership Weirton from all walks of life, all kind of work you could think of, and are interested in serving our community and building the leadership that the Chamber's doing. I think I really give a shout out to the Chamber, who has taken the effort to develop leadership in Weirton and to include so many people to involve us in the government and the trip to Charleston and to see how things operate. That was very good. And Jeff, thank you for your time to take us through Congress, the Senate, take us through the Supreme Court, and see how the inner workings of things. And boy, I tell you what, to find out just how things operate is an education in itself, and for the community to be allowed to be exposed to that is very good. And we're grateful as a group of people who get to go through it, and looking forward to the experience. We're only in our second month of 6 that get to do that, but you'll probably see a lot more of us and a lot more of us to see what's going on. So thank you for this occasion.
Thank you. Thank you. Just to give an update on a couple things dealing with magistrate buildings. Today we had our ribbon cutting for the new building, which is on the north end of New Cumberland. I'd like to thank the elected officials and the media for showing up at that. We also had council members from New Cumberland and Weirton able to attend. Judge Gahn. It was a nice event, and I think it was an eye-opener for a lot of folks who really got to see how nice the facility is on the inside. Bob, appreciate all your efforts you did in making sure things went smooth. And again, we're just blessed to be able to have the ability to have a facility like that for our courts. In regards to our old building next door, the asbestos was removed on Monday. Our administrator is in the process of having the utilities turned off, and hopefully demo will begin soon on knocking that building down. Our ultimate goal there is to provide some additional parking, and now with the staff that's left That's 8 or 10 cars a day. Hopefully, again, we'll have some additional parking here at the courthouse. Maybe for next meeting, Karen, if I could request, if you have time, it's either next meeting or a week after, maybe give us an update on the 2% revenue video lottery money that we received up to date, whether it's 8 months or 9 months, whatever you can provide, just so we can review. We've done a quick summary a couple weeks ago. We'll probably drop below our $2.8 million threshold, which will have a direct impact on the municipalities. We've been able to reach out to those municipalities and tell them what we anticipate the revenue drop will be, but we're going to try to keep them abreast on a monthly basis on exactly just what the hit will take. So we'll share that with the entire group next meeting or 2 meetings from now, and it'll be good for our elected officials to know as well just exactly the direction that we're going as far as that category of cash is talking. But that's about it for me.
Good. Thank you, sir. Yeah, when you go last, you just have to pick through on what's left over. We meet. When we meet on Thursdays on official day, we get her early and we spend all day. And like I said, today, despite the cold weather, today was a nice warm day in the courthouse and in the open house there. It was a very productive day. A lot of good news. The pipeline news is great. We got this 30-inch line coming through south of New Cumberland, and it's going to create a lot of opportunities here, a lot of short-term opportunities like Joe alluded to, but it's going to also create a lot of long-term. And I think it's really going to open up a market in Hancock County. Hancock County is an old county as far as oil and gas exploration. If you find an old map from the early 1900s, there were a lot of wells. If you go out Gas Valley Road and even out towards Pennsylvania, there's a lot of old remnants of gas wells. So this is going to be a great opportunity. Joe, that was a great point you made, and we really need to get this team together and start emailing out. John Paul, I know you've already done a lot of foundation work for us on that, but we just need to get everyone together. Now, since they approached us, we have to get Team Hancock together to move forward. It's millions of dollars of taxes and revenues in the next coming decade. So that was exciting news today. The other exciting news today was the ribbon cutting at the new magistrates building, and there's a lot of press and everyone there, and we got a lot of credit, but it really wasn't us. We just sort of signed the checks and did some work. There was a lot of people behind that, and Jeff thanked them already, so I'd just like to express that sentiment as well. As you know, this was a couple years ago, we started this physical plant building project. We took care of the courthouse, and we're working our way through. The magistrates, we can check that off the list. 911 is in emergency services next. We've already started that. We'll check that off the list. And hopefully our last project will be the health department. A new health department sitting up there beside, that's not etched in stone yet, beside the new magistrates court. And that will really get this county's physical facilities, physical plant in order, I say, until 2045. I mean, we'll be rock solid for a long time. So, again, exciting news. I don't know if you had a chance. I don't even know what everyone kept asking me the number today on the new magistrates building, and I said, really, it wasn't really about the number. It was. I can tell you, it was a value purchase and a value development, and it was really more out of necessity. It was almost an embarrassment on the old magistrates building. I'll just say that we had to do that. Actually, what we should have had today, we should have had 2 open houses. We should have had the open house at the new magistrates building, and we should have had the old one open, and you could go and do both of them and see why. Somebody said, "Why did you even purchase that building down here?" Just to show them that we had to do that. So, with that, a great day in Hancock County. Cold outside, but more money inside. So, thank you, gentlemen. Thank everyone in the room for coming. A little order of business left is the next meeting.
wanted to make sure, so we'll adjourn, and the next meeting will be Thursday, right, March the 5th, correct?
And already our schedule's booked up for that date as well. Okay? I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.